He shot me to my stomach at close range. I fell to the ground. I saw my whole life in a second in front of me.
For Dandison Okubo, it was just another night to rest after a hard day's work, but sleep soon became a nightmare he would never forget. 3 armed robbers had broken into his home.
One of them had a cutlass, the other one had a double-barrel gun, and the other one was just giving instructions. And the first thing they asked, they said, "Who's the owner of this house?" I said, "I'm the one." They said, "Oh, which means there's money in this house. So bring out and give us money."
The thieves took money, phones, and electronic gadgets from Dandison and demanded more.
They now asked if I could transfer money to the account.
Dandison tried over and over to make an electronic money transfer, but it did not work. The robbers then made another demand.
And the guy gave me an instruction. He said, "Lie down to the ground, let me finish you." Immediately at that point, I saw my whole life in a second. Immediately I felt like there was an evil spirit speaking through him. And I told myself I will not submit myself to this devil. And at this point, I will either fight, even if I want to die, let me know that I died trying to survive, than to submit myself to this devil. And I took the battle to him and decided to fight him. Immediately I attacked him. He shot me to my stomach at close range because we were dragging the gun. I fell to the ground. I got up, grabbed him again, and he was scared and he ran away.
Dandison was losing blood very quickly and he needed help to survive. But knowing the robbers were out in the yard, he turned to God in prayer. After what appeared to be an eternity, Dandison staggered towards the door and called out for help.
As I called for help, he said, in pidgin English, he said, "This man, as you bleed rich, you never die." And immediately cracked the gun. I was coming towards me a second time. And at that point, I closed the door. I went back to my prayer place in the room.
His strength was fading, and Dandison knew to survive, he had to escape from the house. He opened the door again and discovered the robbers had left. He staggered out and walked for over 2 kilometers to get help from his friend. And with each difficult step drawing him closer to the edge of blankness, he finally arrived at his friend's home after 2 hours. Dandison was rushed to the emergency unit of a university teaching hospital where his family met him.
All of them, they were telling me, "You will not die, you will not die," you know. And at that point, those words meant so much.
Emergency medics stopped the blood flow and investigated the extent of his injury.
The bullets spread across different parts of my body. About 68 of them are lodged in my body, and not one of those pellets touched my bone. Not one of them touched any of my vital organ.
After 2 weeks, Dandison traveled out of Nigeria for further surgery. On the night before his surgery,
I really was anxious. I had some fears, I had anxiety. At that point, Jesus appeared to me on my bedside. And I saw bright light and him dressed in white garments. I couldn't take my eyes off his face. And as I stared at him, every fear, every anxiety disappeared from my body. When I'm saying it like the way I'm wearing this suit, fear was practically removed from my body. I felt it lifted. And to the glory of God, after that, I strolled into the theater with so much joy and confidence. They did the operation. I did the operation like 4 or 5 times. But just that one appearance was enough comfort for me to know that Jesus is with me.
And to the glory of God,
today, Dandison is grateful to God for preserving his life. The robbers were arrested by the police during another burglary and are facing trial for multiple robberies and homicide. Dandison says he has forgiven them, but says the experience has only brought him closer to God.
I'm so grateful for his presence. I'm so grateful. He really would want you to let people know that he is with us. Jesus is real. And there are certain things I once believed, but now I know them. I know that Jesus is real. When I'm talking with so much assurance of his presence, that even when you think, as a believer, even when you think you're lonely, you can be lonely, but you are never alone.